Hello students. In previous video, we saw how to form a minimum spanning tree using Prim's technique. Now in this video, we will see how to form a minimum spanning tree using Kruskals technique. The small difference between Prim's and Kruskals is that in Prim's technique, what we do is we select a particular vertex and find out adjacent vertices to all other that particular vertex. So here, for example, A is the vertex and we find out adjacent vertex to A, that is B, F and E. And out of them, which one is having minimum weighted edge, we include that in our spanning tree. But in Kruskals technique, what we have to do is we have to, out of the whole graph, we need to select those two vertices which are connected with minimum edge. For example, here ED is having minimum weighted edge. So we include E and D in our spanning tree first. Then we find out next minimum edge and we go on. So the simplest way of doing this is that you list down the edges with their weights and the vertices that are connecting those edges. Now here the minimum edge is E and D. So connecting E and D. So we include that in our spanning tree. Now next next two vertices which are connected with minimum edge is A and B. So we include that in our spanning tree. Of course, while including them, we have to take care that cycle is not getting completed. Next, now you find out which are the two vertices which are connected with minimum edge. So here you have CD with edge 4 and AE with edge 4. Include any of the vertices you want. It's your choice. So I have included CD. Next, you have to include AE again because it is not completing a cycle, and secondly, out of the remaining edges, that is 5, 8, 6, 8, 5, 7, 4. 4 is the minimum. So you have to include AE in the spanning tree. Next, you find out again the minimum edge. So you have 5 and this 5. So BC and EF. So if I include BC, then that would be a cycle, so I will not include it. So I will include EF. Now if I try to include other edges in my tree, then that would complete a cycle. So I leave the other edges. And on top of that, I check if all vertices are connected or not. So all vertices are included with minimum number of edges. So the total weight of my tree is 18, which is equal to the Prim's technique. Let us see another example. So this is my graph. So out of the whole graph, you find out two vertices which are connected with minimum edge. So here it's 1. So you include 1 in the tree. Now you find out next minimum edge. So here out of all these, you have IC with weight 2 and GF with weight 2 again. So you include either IC or GF. So I have included IC. Next, again you check which is the minimum. So again GF was having 2, which is again minimum, and it is not completing a cycle. So you include 2. Now you are left with the other edges. Now check which is having minimum. So CF with 4 and AB with 4. You can include any vertices you want. So we included AB. Next, again CF because it is not completing a cycle. So again that is again 4. Now you find out next edge with minimum. So next is 6. So but if I include IG, that is 6, then that would complete a cycle. So I will not include 6. Next is 7. So again I have two options, CD and HI. But if I include HI, then that would complete a cycle. So I include CD. Next I have BC and AH. So out of BC and AH, you can include any edge you want. So I included AH. Now if I include BC, then that will complete a cycle. So we will not. How a cycle? Because this is not included. So it would be like this. This would be the cycle. This That is why. Anyhow, it should not complete a cycle. Then now the leftover is E. So you have to include E in your spanning tree. And that is why we include 9 at the edge. So again, if you add all the darkened or blue marked edges together, and the total weight comes to be 37. So total weight for forming this spanning tree is 37, which is again equal to the Prim's theorem. This is for now. Thank you for patiently listening. Thank you.